Hello, what's up? Good night. It's 7 p.m. while I'm filming this. So, yeah, I am back today with my Allegiant book rant. Yeah! So, obviously, book rants, book talks, whatever you want to call them, are, as you know, it's all spoilers.
So I don't even understand why you're here if you haven't read the book.
So, if you have not read the book, leave, because you will be spoiled and you will be scarred for life.
And I don't want you guys to hate me because I've ruined the book for you. So if you have not read it, leave.
Okay, because the first thing I say will be the end of the book. So, yeah.
I'm going to leave, and when I come back, you'll have better laugh, and yada 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 yada.
And I'm back, and if you have not left it, then you are approaching scary territory on your own discretion. So, yeah. First things first, Tris dies. What the hell? Like,
I was so angry, and I was so sad, and I was so depressed, and I couldn't get over Allegiant. And you know what I did right after I finished reading the book? I watched
book talks about it by Christine Riccio on Poland Bananas Books and all these other people, because I have seen their book talks about it a long time ago, and I was like, you know what, I really want to watch it, but I can't because I haven't read Allegiant yet. So I read Allegiant and I watched their book talks, and I just kept watching more and more and more, and I just couldn't get over it. I'm still not over it. I don't believe in Allegiant. Does that make sense? I don't believe Allegiant exists. Okay, because it's just, now it makes sense why there was a dual point of view, because like Divergent and Insurgent didn't have a dual point of view, so I was kind of iffy why Allegiant had, and now it makes sense because Veronica Roth has been planning to kill Tris apparently all this time, so she kind of set that up in Allegiant so that we kind of got used to Tobias, and then she killed off Tris. She killed off Tris. I was so sad for Tobias. I literally cried like the last few chapters of the book. I don't even understand why I kept reading after Tris died. The last chapter that we see from Tris's point of view is that she thinks that her mom comes back.
And I really actually thought that her mom had come back, that her mom wasn't dead.
But then she said that there was like bullets in her mom's shirt, so I was like, no, this means she's actually dying.
And then I'm just like, I can't. You know, I just can't.
And then so many people die in this book. Okay, Tori dies. Uriah dies.
And Uriah, really, of all people, Uriah had to die. Like,
okay, he wasn't that important of a character, but I really got to, like, love Uriah. And he died. And all the people that we hate, like Marcus, didn't die. Like, what the heck? How come he got to live and our favorite characters died? So let's talk about other parts of this book. I felt like it was really anticlimactic, this book. I was really bored through it. It's kind of reminiscent of Mockingjay, where everyone dies. You guys have no idea how much I didn't like Mockingjay, and I just don't like Allegiant even more. I've read this quote where it says, just because it has a bad ending doesn't mean it's a bad book. That's true, but still, you can't help but, not like it because your favorite character dies, and, like, for Tobias, he was just so annoying throughout this book. Like, he had so many lapses of judgment. Like, okay, one in particular with Anita, when he goes with this girl who he doesn't even know, and he trusts her to try to take down the compound, and he goes at night with her, and this whole sequence was just pointless because he didn't even do anything. All he did was stand guard at some door in whatever this place is called, I forgot. I'm glad he told Tris about it, but when Tris told him not to trust Anita, he was like, you're just jealous.
Really, Tobias? Really? When has she ever let jealousy get in the way of anything? And
he was just so weak and so annoying in Allegiant, and he wasn't the Tobias, the four that I knew in Divergent and Insurgent. And I think that's one of the things that really annoyed me with him. And the other thing is when he found out he wasn't Divergent, he took it up the butt. He couldn't get over it, and Tris was telling him, you're still the same person, just because you're not Divergent doesn't mean anything. And he goes, oh no, I'm genetically damaged, I'm not this, I'm not that. And I'm like, who cares? Like, just because you found out you aren't this label anymore doesn't mean anything. okay, I kind of get where he's coming from, because with his dad, it made him feel like he was special, like he wasn't like the others, that there was something to him that was different. To find out that, you know, that's just actually a label. It doesn't mean anything. In fact, it doesn't make you special. And then he was saying, you know, I'm not like Tris, I'm not genetically pure, we're so different. And before, he had this idea in his head that they were both divergent and they were both the same and they're part of the same cause. And, you know, to find out, it was just kind of, you know, like a bummer for him. But still, I thought he was too over dramatic about it. One of the characters that I thought was kind of interesting, and he was kind of a big part but not really, was Omar. The reason I knew who Omar was is because I read The Transfer, one of the novellas about 4, and I found out about Omar is he was kind of his mentor when 4 was transferred into Dauntless. And we found out that Omar is actually alive, but Tobias had thought he was dead. And then Omar kind of has a thing for George Wu, which was Tori's brother. That was another sad part, where George comes in and he's like, oh, I heard Tori is with you guys. And then they tell him,
She was, but she died. Just like every freaking character in the story that we actually love and we actually like, and you kill them off, but you can't kill off the bad people like Evelyn or Marcus.
every time I talk about Allegiant, I just kind of have to like calm myself down, because I just get so frustrated. Why couldn't Tris let Caleb die? Why? You know, I actually really thought she was gonna let him go, you know? She was gonna let him do the death serum and whatnot, and she didn't. No, she took his place. And the thing that bothers me about this is that Caleb let her.
Like, why couldn't Caleb be like, no, I'm going to do this, I'm not going to let you sacrifice yourself for me? We all know why, because Caleb is self-centered, and the only reason why he wanted to do it was because there was a possibility he might die, and that means he gets to escape his guilt.
He wasn't even doing it to try to show Tris that he actually, you know, loves her as a sister. No, he's self-centered as per usual. Okay, one of the things that I thought was interesting was Natalie Pryor, which is Tris's mom, and how she was part of another place and she got put into the compound and they sent her into Chicago, that experiment. And originally she kind of had like this specific agenda, but then she falls in love with Tris's dad, which I thought was really cute, because in spite of the fact that she knows what's going on, she still fell in love, and then she kind of forgot about what her original plan was, and she moved into abnegation with him, even though she was supposed to go to erudite. Yeah, I thought that was really cute, and how they fall in love. The whole part when they were in the compound I thought was really boring, because they just sat around and they really didn't do anything. And in Divergent and Insurgent, we were so used to them like always running around, always doing something, and then here they were doing nothing, and it just okay, and the outside world was really disappointing. The way I saw it, I thought, like, after I read Insurgent and the very last, when she was saying the world needs your help, I actually thought the world needed their help. I thought the world was going to be like a present setting, like right now. They were going to feel out of place because we have different cultures and all this stuff, but it wasn't. It was kind of like a barren wasteland is what the world was. Since it was a wasteland, they couldn't do anything there. That was pointless. That was nothing to me. I didn't find it interesting. And David, okay, I kind of feel for him because he was in love with Natalie, Tris's mom, but he's the reason why Tris died, so I could care less. And the fact that he lives, David lives, and he gets reinstated to the compound.
Just so mad. I can't.
As you can tell, I don't really have coherent thoughts about Allegiant because all I can think about is Tris dead. I actually really liked the epilogue because it kind of gave more of a closure. I thought the way that they spread Tris's ashes was really fitting for the story, because 4 throws all the ashes while he's going down the zip line, and so now part of Tris is in their world, so I'm kind of happy for that. And then I think what's really sad is Christina, because her and Tris had this conversation where Tris was like, you know, I'm never going to leave you, I'm always going to be here for you, even while everyone else is dead and gone. And then Tris dies, and then Uriah dies, and I'm so sad for Christina. that thing with Uriah dying.
You have no idea how angry I was at 4 for what he did. Like,
it wasn't his fault that Uriah died, but he was a part of that thing that caused Uriah to die.
I didn't want Trish to forgive him. I wanted her to leave him in the dust because he was just being really annoying, but no.
She still stayed with him. That is my book rant about Allegiant. As you can tell, it was really more of a rant than it is a review.
Which is why I call these book rants, because I don't really have coherent thoughts about anything.
So yeah. So I had to move real quick because someone went into my room and no one knows that I'm doing this. So yeah. And my favorite quote from the book was, people are just divided by different things, fighting different wars. I really did enjoy this book despite the fact that I hate the ending, and I still recommend the Divergent series to you. Allegiant is obviously not the best of the 3, in my opinion. I still think Divergent was the best. So I hope you guys enjoyed this book rant, and if you liked it, please hit subscribe right below.
And also like it and share it with your friends and whatnot, what other YouTube-y things you guys do.
So yeah, I hope you guys liked it, and I will see you at my next book rant / whatever the heck I decide to do next. Okay, bye!